Some claim that Nitocris was the last pharaoh of ancient Egypt's 6th dynasty, succeeding her brother, who had been the king of Egypt and had been put to death by his subjects, who then placed her upon the throne. Determined to avenge his death, she devised a cunning scheme by which she destroyed a vast number of Egyptians. She constructed a spacious underground chamber and, on the pretense of inaugurating it, threw a banquet, inviting all those whom she knew to have been responsible for the murder of her brother. Suddenly, as they were feasting, well, she let the river in upon them by means of a large secret duct, avenging her brother. Nitocris is a 4-star caster, and at level 80 she has 9,060 attack points, as well as 11,288 hit points. She is last place in the hit point category, however, she is tied for first place in terms of max attack with Summer Marie. Her quick triple arts buster deck comes with 4 hits on her quick, 3 on her arts, 3 on her buster, and 5 hits on her extra attack, a star weight of 50 and a star rate of 10.8, and a noble phantasm gain of 0.54 on attack and 3% on defense. When it comes to skills, boy, they are interesting. Egyptian Witchcraft A. This not only increases her death success rate for 3 turns, but is also a self-heal. So she's like an Egyptian vampire, deal death, gain health. This increases her death success rate from 50% to 100% and heals her for 1,000 to 3,000 at rank 10. Now this does last for 3 turns and has a 5-turn cooldown at rank 10. That means for 2 turns you will not have that increased death success rate. Her second skill, Rapid Words of Divine B, greatly increases her NP gauge, going from 60 to 120% at rank 10. This allows her to fire off an NP right out of the gate. Crazy. Even at rank 1, you can pop this off for a first turn Noble Phantasm with just a 50% starting NPCE. Follow all of that up with Grace of the Sky God B to help with that low hit points by giving her a Guts plus removing all debuffs. This will help keep her around longer while dishing out death to her enemies. Her passives include Territory Creation A, increasing her arts card effectiveness by 10%, which is great because she is rocking 3 of those. Item Construction B+, increasing debuff success rate by 9%, and Divinity B, bringing 175 damage. Her Noble Phantasm Dark Mirror Treasury brings heavy damage to all enemies, and well, if they're even still alive, the Overcharge has a chance to inflict death, 450% to 750% damage from NP1 to NP5. This ranks up to 600 to 900 after an interlude quest power-up. The overcharge chance to inflict death goes from 50 to 100% based on overcharge. This does stay the same after the interlude, but a decrease in critical rate for 3 turns is slapped onto this Noble Phantasm. So you will want to pop your first skill, Egyptian Witchcraft, prior to firing off your Noble Phantasm, and then use your second skill to fire off yet another Noble Phantasm. Ascension Materials. Oof. This one is going to be pretty hefty for a 4-star, but she is worth it. 6 pages, not too bad, but the 24 chains, 6 scarabs, and 6 lamps are going to be rough. Your chains will be coming from the Wilderness of Death node at a 63.5% drop rate. The scarabs are going to be coming from the Great Temple and Desert Sandstorm at 10.5% and 8% drop rates, and your lamps are going to be coming from the Concealed Village and Dunes of Daybreak. These have a 17.5% as well as an 11.5% drop rate. If you thought her Ascension was bad, well, I hope you're sitting down. Her skills are going to require 36 chains, 12 pages, 8 hearts, and 60 bones per skill. Rip. This is going to be really rough. Just maxing these skills out, you are going to want to really think about it before investing 180 bones into this chocolate bunny. CE suggestions. I know this is going to get me yelled at here, but I'm going to start off with a K-scope. If you have it, the reason I'm going to go with this one is because you are going to want to use Nito to farm. And as such, starting with the K-scope and the Mages Association Mystic Code, this will allow you to fire off a first turn Noble Phantasm. You can then follow this up with a second turn use of your second skill, giving you a full NP gauge, though you will need at least rank 8 for this. This allows you to fire off a second Noble Phantasm. Some additional options are to focus on her Noble Phantasm that she will be firing off fairly regularly. Black Grail, Heaven's Feel, and Halloween Princess are all givens for this. You can also run Formal Craft to increase the effectiveness of not only your Noble Phantasm, but your 3 arts cards as well. So who should you team her up with? Well, any good arts team starts with a Tamamo. Her arts up is going to go miles for Nito, and in the longer fights, her NP will allow her to help heal Nito as well as reduce the cooldowns to fire off even more Noble Phantasms. You also have Mozart. He is a great pairing for Nito when it comes to arts buffing as well. Pairing her up with a Saber or Assassin Shiki to capitalize on the instant death aspects that they both bring is also a great pairing. So overall, Nitocris has a skill set that, while is fairly selfish, is very unique and very fitting for her character and backstory. She will be firing off her Noble Phantasm fairly regularly, and with a 5-turn cooldown at rank 10 on her first skill, you should have the increased death success rate up for most of your Noble Phantasms. She pairs very well with other servants that bring some sort of death mechanic, and is a phenomenal hands/ascension mat farmer. Overall, if you want a very unique caster with a very fun skill set, Nito is absolutely the caster for you. Also, who doesn't want to take this chocolate bunny home? And you don't even have to wait till Easter. Anyways, guys, I would like to take this moment to thank all of the Patreons who help support this channel. You guys rock. If you would like to help support, you can join the Patreon squad down at the link in the description. You can also help out the channel by hitting that subscribe button, hitting that bell notification, dropping me a like and a comment, and I will catch you guys in the next Servant Spotlight. Take it easy. Peace.